This is Math 118, Chapter 3, and the question was, how do I determine if two lines are parallel, perpendicular, or neither? The symbol for parallel is the two parallel lines. The symbol for perpendicular looks like that. And lines will either be one of those two or neither. To begin with, you have to have the equations of the two lines. So here's an example. X plus 4y equals 7. And the second line is 2x minus 5y equals 0. The very best way to check to see if two lines are parallel, perpendicular, or neither is by checking their slopes. If the two lines are parallel, the slope of the one line will equal the slope of the other. If the two lines are perpendicular, the slope of the one line times the slope of the other line will equal -1, which means they're negative reciprocals of one another. And if neither of those two cases happen, then the two lines are neither. In order to find the slope of a line, if you're given the equation of the line, you need to put the line into slope-intercept form, which means solve the equation of the line for y. So for my first equation then, I'm going to move the x over to the right side. So I have 4y equals minus x plus 7. Now you could write 7 minus x if you want, but in order to get into the slope-intercept form, you want the x to come before the number. I'm not done because this has to be y. So I'm going to divide both sides by the 4, the coefficient of the y, so that now I have y and nothing else equals. On the right side is minus 1/4 x, same thing as minus x over 4, plus 7/4. Now I can look at the slope by just pulling the number that's in front of the x, and that is the slope of that line. I need to find the slope of the second line so that I can compare. So for the second equation, I'm subtracting 2x from both sides so that I'm working towards solving for y. That would be minus 2x plus 0, but you don't have to write the plus 0. And now I'm going to divide both sides by minus 5. And I get y equals 2/5 x. And like I said, you don't write the plus 0, but I'm going to write it for a second because I want to emphasize that that number right there is the slope-intercept. Excuse me. I got to erase this. This is the y-intercept. Oops. So this number right here is the y-intercept. So if you were to graph these lines, that's where it would be crossing the y-axis, and when it's 0, it's crossing through 0, 0. Anyway, here's the slope of the second line, 2/5. So we'll call this M1, slope of the first line. We'll call this M2, slope of the second line. Are they equal? No. So they are not parallel. They're not parallel because minus 1/4 does not equal 2/5. Does their product equal equal minus 1? No. So they are not perpendicular. So for this example, the answer is neither.